You're watching A10's video, The End of IPv4 and Migration Paths to IPv6. We'll be highlighting today's Internet Protocol challenges and how A10 networks can help.
IPv6 design began in 1993 and has been available for production since 1999, delivering multiple advantages. The first benefit is IP address abundance. More and more devices connect to the Internet every day. As an example, AT&T recently added 1.6 million new non-phone devices to its subscriber database. With limited IPv4 addresses available, it is a challenge to add all of these new devices to the Internet. To solve this problem, IPv6 offers a huge number of IP addresses. In addition to IP address abundance, IPv6 offers numerous other benefits, such as, but not limited to, efficiency, security, simplicity, and quality of service. So why is everyone talking about IPv6 now? The organization managing IPv4 address allocation worldwide, called IANA, gave out its last IPv4 address block early this year, requiring migration solutions. So why hasn't IPv6 been widely adopted today? IPv6 requires a full chain of communication, and there is no backward compatibility with IPv4. If we simplify the communication chain, there are three entities: consumer devices such as cell phones, laptops, game consoles, etc., service providers that provide the pipes, and enterprises and content providers that offer the content. For the communication chain to work, all entities must use the same IP protocol. However, if one migrates to IPv6 before the others, the communication chain is broken. Who will suffer from IPv4 exhaustion? First, there are the service providers. However, they knew this was coming and have been looking at solutions for several years. Next are the enterprises and content providers. Today, very few websites offer IPv6 services, but this is changing, especially with high-profile events such as World IPv6 Day. Regarding consumer devices, there has been a lot of progress. Many operating systems today already support IPv6. However, older operating systems do not and will still access the Internet. So service providers and enterprises have to offer services to both IPv4 and IPv6 clients, requiring coexistence between the two protocols for a long time. So is there a solution to seamlessly migrate to IPv6? First and foremost, no one solution fits all. So stay with us as we describe the different solutions for the different markets.
Let's talk now about the IPv6 migration path for the service providers. Internet service providers and mobile network operators have two main challenges. Their first challenge is IPv4 exhaustion, as service providers have more and more subscribers every week with a limited number of public IPv4 addresses available. Their second challenge is access to IPv6 content. Service providers are in a very competitive market, and being the first to deliver IPv6 content is a competitive advantage. So what are solutions to the IPv4 exhaustion challenge? The primary solution is a specific type of NAT called large-scale NAT, also known as carrier-grade NAT. Large-scale NAT, LSN, offers fairness with guaranteed NAT resources to end users via user quotas, and transparency with minimum to no impact on most applications, including P2P applications. That said, large-scale NAT still requires techniques called ALGs to be transparent for some applications such as FTP or PPTP. So what are the techniques using large-scale NAT? There is NAT 4.4, which has strong interest by mobile network operators with deployments already underway. There is also NAT 4.4.4, which has strong interest by internet service provider with deployments underway too. However, these techniques don't provide any solutions to access IPv6 content. So service providers deploy these as temporary techniques to alleviate the IPv4 exhaustion issue and will move to other techniques when ready. The last technique, which leveraged large-scale NAT, is called Dual Stack Lite, or DS Lite, which has some interest by internet service providers. DS Lite has the advantage of resolving IPv4 exhaustion and offering access to IPv6 content at the same time. So what are the solutions to access IPv6 content? There are two main techniques, and a new one emerging. The first technique is dual stack, with IP4 and IPv6 support end-to-end. This solution receives some interest by internet service providers, but lacks wider adoption due to cost. There is the cost of infrastructure, plus license upgrades to support IPv4 and IPv6 on the core, plus all the CPE equipments, which means for MSOs, the price has doubled. Another cost is with the management tools and billing tools that have to support both IPv4 and IPv6, in addition to the complexity of troubleshooting when both stacks are involved. This solution, in addition, doesn't resolve the IPv4 exhaustion challenge and has to be combined with NAT44 or NAT444. The second technique is based on encapsulation. 6RD is for service providers with their core network still on IPv4, so they can encapsulate their end users' IPv6 traffic into IPv4. This technique has interest for some internet service providers and has been deployed in some places. But this solution doesn't resolve the IPv4 exhaustion issue and has to be combined with NAT44 or NAT444. For service providers who have their core networks on IPv6, DS Lite encapsulates their end users' IPv4 traffic into IPv6. This new solution has some interest by internet service providers and also solves the IPv4 exhaustion issue. The third technique is based on DNS plus NAT protocol translation. DNS 6.4 NAT 6.4 is for service providers who have their core networks on IPv6 and translate IPv6 end users' DNS and traffic from IPv6 to IPv4. This new solution has some interest for service providers.
Let's talk now about the enterprise solution.
Enterprises and content providers have the same two main challenges as service providers, but not in the same order. Their first challenge is provide IPv6 services. Enterprises want to offer IPv6 services to show their company is forward-thinking and ahead of the competition. Their second challenge is IPv4 exhaustion. Enterprises want to offer new services but have a limited number of public IPv4 addresses. So what is the solution to the IPv4 exhaustion challenge? The solution is to host multiple services behind the same public IP address. The techniques are server load balancing, which is very popular in the enterprise, and host switching done on servers directly, which has interest among small enterprises. What is the solution to access IPv6 content? The solution is protocol translation. Server load balancing protocol translation, also called SLBPT, has strong interest as it can be very simply integrated into existing infrastructure and has already been deployed by many enterprises.
After looking at the various IPv6 migration methods for both enterprises and service providers, let's look at why the AX series is the ideal platform. A10 Networks is the technology leader in application networking and IPv6 migration technology. While the depletion of the IPv4 address space has been well publicized of late, we are certainly not new to this market. Dating back to 2008, we have been heavily involved with various organizations. For example, participating with customers at IETF events, proof of concepts at NANOG meetings, and demonstrating live at the Interop Tokyo ShowNet, where we have brought home multiple grand prize awards for Best of Show. The IPv6 solutions of our AX series platforms are powered by our advanced core operating system, also known as ACOS, which includes an innovative 64-bit shared memory and multi-CPU architecture that leaps the competition in performance, scalability, efficiency, and flexibility. AX series benefits for IPv6 migration include very high session establishment rates, a large number of concurrent sessions, very high NAT processing and throughput, visibility on public IP address consumption, robust stateful high availability, hardware security including DDoS protection. All IPv6 migration solutions are included in our AX series without additional licensing fees, delivering the most cost-effective platforms on the market today.
AX series redefines the rules of performance. For more information, please contact us at ipv6.a10networks.com, or you can also contact us on the legacy IPv4 protocol at www.a10networks.com.